Evening. Welcome to egg packing night at House Groups. I'm so grateful that you are here to help tonight. But before you stuff a couple thousand eggs full of candy tonight, I want to start with the why. Why do we do this? Why do we go through all of this effort to put on what is now the Twin Cities' largest egg hunt? Is it a fun thing for our kids to do? Yeah, definitely, and that's great, but honestly, that's maybe 5% of why we do it. 95% of why we do this is because of what we read in Ephesians 5 just a few weeks ago. Paul writes that we are to live wisely and make the most of every opportunity because the days are evil. And the truth is, we live in a culture, and particularly a suburban area, where people will do anything for their kids, including trying church again or for the first time. And as Paul says, we want to make the most of that opportunity. In fact, did you know that we will see somewhere between 1,000 and 2,000 visitors for this outreach? Think about what I just said. 1,000 to 2,000 new people, mostly non-believers, are going to come and hear the gospel that weekend. And nowadays, if a famous evangelist came to town, it would be incredibly hard to get 1,000 unbelievers in a room. This is absolutely an incredible and remarkable opportunity for the gospel in the North Metro. And so putting candy and eggs has become one of the most effective ways that we can share about the salvation of Jesus with the most amount of people, as people have to come to the service and then go to the egg hunt. And people know why they're coming. We're not tricking anyone, but the truth is, it's just really hard for the average person to say, I need to go back to church, or I need to find God. And a lot of people around us get stuck. They know that they need God, but they're just too afraid to do the work to seek Him out. But it's not that hard for them to say, oh, I'm just coming to this event for my kids. And let me tell you, some of our most amazing stories and testimonies have come from people who came on Easter, just so their kids could go to the egg hunt, of course. But then they heard the amazing news of the gospel, and they had their lives and their families' lives transformed. Some of you sitting in this room, that's your story. And I want that to be the story for your neighbors and your coworkers and your friends. Especially if you know young families that would come to this, I want to challenge you to put your faith to work. Put it in action this next week and a half or so, and trust that God is with you, and boldly invite a few people, or 5 or 10. Not everyone is going to say yes, but it doesn't matter. Even a turned down invitation is still a seed. And some people are going to say yes, and who knows what God will do. So start praying and be bold. And as you stuff eggs tonight, would you pray over them? Would you pray that God would do an absolutely amazing revival-like work through our church that weekend as we share the gospel with thousands of our neighbors? Amen.